Dominate your league. Defend your crown with Hosal King, Gabe Hernandez, and Ray Fletcher. They bring the heat, rankings, trades, and game-winning calls to rule your league. This is Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast.
Yes, sir. We're here for another episode. Not the usual suspects. I'm so used to saying the usual suspects, but we have, and I don't want to say an imposter.
A fill-in.
We have, wow, I don't want to say fill-in either. I want to say a contributing writer.
I was reacting to imposter.
To Throne fantasyfootball.com. Aaron Powers.
He's a fill-in. He's
a fill-in.
He's our
worse or better?
He's our
than
fifth
imposter?
member of the podcast.
Yeah.
How's that feel? That's fine, right?
Yeah. Well, 6 if you include Mike 4.
Or my brother had a guest appearance last year.
So I was counting your brother already.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So 6th.
So 6th.
Well, fellas, thanks for having me. Feels good to be number 6.
Love to have you.
Ray, I'm gonna do good for you, man. I got some 49er love for you. We're gonna do it right.
Oh God.
Who's the most famous number 6 that popped in your head? I got one. I had one right away.
Most famous number 6,
like ever?
Like in all sports?
Yeah, all sports.
I'm gonna go Bill Russell.
Okay. Did you have one?
James Conner.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
he's not the most popular, but
right. Mine was Heat LeBron James.
Yeah, that was the second one that popped into my head was LeBron James.
My second was Mark Martin. Yeah. Is that funny? NASCAR?
I'm just so locked in. James Conner.
Interesting. I mean, if we want to make it relevant to the show, we could say Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
That's another one.
Okay. I think that you supersede all of them.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe not Bill Russell or LeBron, but I'll take the rest for sure.
Can we introduce him too? I don't even know his name at this point.
I said Aaron Powers.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yep.
Sorry.
He may have said it at the beginning.
I don't think he did, but okay. We'll review the tape.
It's Aaron Powers in the building in his office.
Yes. If many of you don't know, this show is actually filmed in our real estate office. So we run Powers Real Estate. This is where the show is filmed. So this is what you guys get to see every week. And Al has been working here in the office and with me for years. So thanks for having me.
We can say you're the heart and soul of the podcast actually then.
We probably could.
I wouldn't argue. I think that's a great way to put it.
Home.
Yep.
You're the home.
Yep.
The home base.
And my partner, Mike 4 over there.
Yeah. He's definitely part of it.
Absolutely.
Hi, Mike 4.
Hey, shout out. Appreciate it.
Shout out Mike 4. Any dum-dums today?
Oh, how many I had or if there's any available?
Are you going to have any?
No, I'm in a butterscotch mood right now, man. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I thought you were saying we were dum-dums.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, you know what? There are enough dum-dums in here. If we have a bad take, Mike 4 could throw a dum-dum at us.
Yes, I could.
Just don't hit me in the face.
We're not going to have any bad takes.
Correct.
Bingo.
Correct. Today's episode that is not going to be full of bad takes is our favorite and least favorite picks of each round, 1 through 6. We're probably stopping at round 6. Our favorite and least favorite. We'll see if we get through all 6. But we're going to get right into it, and we're going to start with me. And it's going to be super simple. Why? Because I'm a simple type of man. Thank you, Aaron.
This is true.
Thank you, Aaron.
That's not
Jamar
true.
Chase is my favorite first-round draft pick because he's the obvious one. Because he's going to be the first ever player to repeat as the Triple Crown winner for wide receivers. He's only like the 5th to ever do it. I believe you read off some names
on that
earlier.
throne?
I think so. If he stays healthy. Remember last week? I remember you said this offense is going to be the greatest offense of all time.
It's looking like it.
You remember saying that?
Yeah, I do. I did say it.
Don't you think that the greatest offense of all time will also once again have the greatest receiver in the league?
I'd argue that he probably has the best chance of going a back-to-back Triple Crown of any receiver in the league. So,
yes.
I like it.
My favorite is Jamar Chase. I know you got to get him probably 1-1 most places. Like you got to take him first overall. But I kind of think it's him. And we do fall into this trap sometimes with fantasy. It's the obvious number 1 pick and then like 3 or 4 other names that are well below him. So I think Jamar Chase has to go 1-1. But if I'm picking 1-1, it's Jamar Chase. Hands down, no doubt for me.
Well, we have a draft tomorrow. Aaron picks 3. I pick 4. Aaron won't reveal who he's taking, but the first 2 picks are Saquon and Bijan. So one of us is going to be lucky to get Chase at 3 or 4. I don't know who it's going to be.
Chase at 3 or 4.
One of us should get Jamar Chase.
Oh, man.
He definitely won't make it past 4. I'll tell you that right now. Guarantee that.
We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will. Any other takes on Jamar Chase? I know that one's pretty simple.
No, that was easy. On to the next.
You took the easy take there, sir.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is the best receiver in football. Although I will say I don't know that it's him and then everybody else. I would argue there are 3 or 4 really good receivers that could compete with him. But is he going to get more targets than relatively anybody else at his position? And does Joe Burrow absolutely love to throw in the ball? For sure. Are they going to be the greatest offense ever? I don't think so.
TBD.
And what are we judging that on, by the way, greatest offense ever?
I think it would just be like points.
Most fantasy points ever.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fantasy points.
Yes.
Ever. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
it's a fantasy show. I'm going fantasy points.
I was just going to say, do you know which team that is currently?
Oh.
Of most fans? Oh, no, I don't. Do you know?
Was it the Kurt Warner-led Rams?
So fantasy points might be.
Okay.
I was just thinking about in general, but the greatest offense numbers-wise is the Broncos.
The Peyton Manning Broncos.
Peyton Manning-led Broncos.
Eric Decker, Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas.
Yep.
Oh, my God, I'm blanking on the running back right now.
For that team?
Yes. Noshawn.
That would have been Noshawn.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a pool.
That was just points scored, though, not like yards and all this
and,
stuff.
And also Wes Welker.
And Wes Welker, of
was
course.
the one you forgot.
Of course.
Yep.
What an offense that was.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was probably the greatest fantasy football offense of all time.
So I think that's what you're trying to beat right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But, yeah.
They won't have a third receiver or a tight end, but
who?
The Bengals.
They quarterback could finish top 10, top 5. Receivers
the
finish top
Bengals
5.
have 2 tight ends to throw the ball to at least.
Is this true?
It's Gesicki, and they just added him last week. I was talking about him. Who was it?
Noah Fant.
Noah Fant.
Noah
That's
Fant.
it.
And
Chase Brown.
don't get overly excited about Noah Fant.
No, yeah, for sure not. For sure not. I'm not drafting either of those tight ends. Regardless, Jamar Chase, my favorite first-round pick. Gabe, who's yours?
So this has everything to do with value. My whole take for the whole 6 rounds will be the value pick. So right now, the average ADP for the 12th pick in the first round is Malik Neighbors. And Malik Neighbors was top 10 receiver last year. I would have to look up exactly where he finished. But the amount of targets he's going to get, I know the concern with the injuries in the offseason and training camp. He hasn't been practicing. He returned to practice this week. I wanted to play the video or I had a picture of Malik Neighbors chest bumping Jackson Dart in the preseason game. That man's vertical is ridiculous. That man is going to be perfectly fine when the season comes, okay? I promise you that. He's still got 2 weeks. He's practicing. He's going to ramp it up. Malik Neighbors at 12 is going to be a great pick. I'd argue he could be wide receiver 4 or 5.
Wide receiver 6 last year.
I took him in the 4th round, and I remember I hated it. But then I not hated it, but I was like, I think I could have waited on him. No, but I had to take him right then and there. He's a great receiver. He had like 170 targets last year. He's the only receiving threat in the Giants offense. Russell Wilson, you upgrade quarterbacks from Daniel Jones to Russell Wilson. I think this is going to be another high target, high volume, high execution. He's going to get, I think, 100 catches. I'll say 1,200 yards and 10-plus touchdowns.
Did you say you got him in the 4th round last year?
Yes.
Wow.
First pick, 4th round.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
What's your take on Malik?
So I almost put Malik as my least favorite, and then I changed it.
Okay. And
the only reason I had him there is because he is the least proven commodity in the first round, in my opinion. Now, take that as you may. His situation does not change. Do I think he has better quarterback options than he did? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Daniel Jones forced him the ball. Basically, every Giants quarterback is going to force him the ball. That's the only other concern I have, is just that it all has to work out. They have to force him the ball, and he's got to still be open when the defense knows they're only going to force him the ball. So it's a little concerning only in that respect, but could he get enough just peppered at him to be in the top 5 again? Absolutely. Yes. And if you can get him at the end of the first round, I like it.
You're not worried about his toe at all?
He played through it last year.
Right, yeah, he deals with it.
It's something he's been dealing with since college.
Yep.
So, no, I'm not worried about it.
He's not old enough for it to really affect
The man's toe
No.
is 22 years old, fellas.
Correct.
He's going to be okay.
Yeah. That's
The-
a young toe.
The vertical I saw, he's going to be perfectly fine.
That's a
He's gonna be
young
okay.
toe.
As a young toe.
Aaron, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite first round pick, Aaron? I love this, by the way.
So my favorite first round pick is Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be the biggest risk reward pick you have in the first round. And I was kind of with Gabe in the way I did it was I look at, okay, what's the value? If I can get him at the end of the first round. Now, if I have to take him with one of the top 3 to 5 picks, I'm more concerned, of course. Like if you're going to reach for him over other guys, maybe not so much. But if you can get him at the end of the first round, you're talking about a player that, if he stays healthy, like we're going to say for every single player on this list, if they stay healthy, he has the opportunity to be the number 1 overall player in fantasy football.
I love that.
And I don't really see how he doesn't.
Aaron, sorry, continue.
So in his healthy seasons, where he actually played full seasons, he has never finished lower than running back 2 in PPR. Never lower than running back 2 in a full season.
You hear that?
He had the 2 years where he was hurt with Carolina, back-to-back seasons. He gets traded the middle of that year, finishes running back 1. So he has been hurt before and come back and still been that guy again. He's still less than 30 years old. He's still, I think he's got something to prove personally. I don't think he wants to be the Christian McCaffrey that always gets hurt, and that's how he's looked at. He's a very prideful individual. And so I think, for me, I think this is a year he comes back and shows everybody, like, you better take me number 1 next year.
Well, and he's coming off of a well-rested season, right, if you will. He didn't play much. So he's
he
fresh.
Came, and he shouldn't have. Like, players get hurt, too much pride, come back too early.
Yeah.
He's just – so I think he's primed to have a good year.
Listen, Aaron, before you answer, Aaron gave some nuggets there.
Mm-hmm.
And I read an article somewhere with those same nuggets, I think written by the same Aaron Powers. He wrote his first article for the website, thrownfantasyfootball.com. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It is the
article?
Yep.
So article is the bounce back candidates to target this year. And so he was my number 1 bounce back candidate.
Like it.
Although the highest ADP by far of anyone on that list.
No
so
doubt.
that's the thing. Like, that's how good he is that he's been hurt and is still going to get drafted in the first round. So, I'm in the understanding of the players are going to play. And so that's how I did it.
Let the players play. Players going to play.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm an author now. I'm published online. So Aaron Powers is an author, apparently.
Correct. I told him before he can get on the pod, he had to write an article on the website. And
nice.
He ruined my opening line for him of contributing author who hasn't contributed yet because he finished the article yesterday. So I wasn't able to bust that out.
Yeah, I've been known to hit some deadlines.
So please check that out if you haven't checked out the website, thrownfantasyfootball.com. His article is actually really good. I read it, proofread it. No mistakes. Perfect, like he said.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, my mom was an English major.
Truth.
She had me on my P's and Q's.
We're going to go on our least favorite, and that player that Aaron was just talking about kind of rolls perfectly over into your least favorite first-round pick.
It does?
Say it ain't so gay.
So here's the thing, guys. I try to play devil's advocate all the time, and I love it. I love playing devil's advocate because that's the thing. We have to look at both sides of fantasy football. There's always 2 sides.
And there definitely is 2 sides to Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey, and I agree with everything Aaron just said about Christian McCaffrey. If you told me he's going to be 100% healthy the whole season, he's my number 1 pick. But that's why he's my least favorite, because I don't think he's going to stay healthy. Right now, he is crawling up the first round. His ADP is crawled up to 7. Now, he was diagnosed with tendonitis. Now, I don't play a doctor, but I Google
I did say
a lot.
until 6 last night.
I did
No,
say
it's a Holiday Inn Express.
Thank you.
You butchered the line.
Wow.
I was trying to say
We'll
I was
leave the
trying to set up
lights
for
on
Aaron.
you. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
But so he was diagnosed with bilateral Achilles tendonitis. So let me just read what Google has to say about this. It's caused by repetitive strain from activities like running, a sudden increase in exercise intensity, or improper footwear. Now, you guys said off season he's been taking it light. I don't like that. That means he hasn't been doing the same regimen he has been when he's been great because he's tending to the tendonitis and the Achilles. My concern with him comes November and December when he's running. He's playing hard. Now, if they only give him 10 to 15 carries, then maybe he can make it through the whole season. But then if you're drafting Christian McCaffrey in the first round and he's only getting 10 to 15 carries, are you going to be happy with him? No. You're going to want more. You want more touches. So my concern with him is just the questionable health, the tendonitis. Listen, if you played sports, I think we all have tendonitis. I have a little. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be like Christian McCaffrey. We're not built like Christian McCaffrey. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to compare us to Christian McCaffrey. But any tendonitis comes and goes. It depends what you're doing. If you move a heavy box, if you're running like he's going to be running in the regular season, he's going to flare up. I'm just concerned when it is. And if not, then they're just going to use him very little in the beginning, and he's not going to live up to that first-round pick that you take him at. So that's my take on Christian McCaffrey. That's why he's my least favorite, because he's going to number 7. And there's other guys I would take ahead of him because I am concerned about the Achilles.
One of the things that Aaron said was he would not be super comfortable 3 to 5, like in the first 5 picks, but more comfortable toward the back end of the first round. That's exactly how I felt about Christian McCaffrey all offseason. I have picked 9 in one of the drafts. I was hoping he'd get there to me. It seems like he probably won't. But I also have picked 5 in a draft, and I'm not sure I want to take him there. So it's this weird fine line with McCaffrey of like 5 or 9. And
real quick to piggyback off that, because I've seen him as high as 3, and then as low as like 9. Mm-hmm. So that high as 3 was scary. Like right now his ADP is 7. There's definitely receivers I would rather take over here. Like I'd rather take Neighbors because I do believe in Malik Neighbors. He's young. He's healthy. I mean, I know he's got the toe thing, but we already mentioned he plays through it.
Dude.
Can
we Google the toe real quick?
If I knew exactly what it was, I would have. But no, he just deals with it since college. So I'm not concerned about that. This is something new with Christian McCaffrey that picked up last year. And obviously it was a complete bust last year. So that's what concerns me with him.
Googling young toe.
Yeah, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Did you draft Christian McCaffrey last year?
I sure did.
Emotional.
Interesting
you
take.
You can take it how it is.
Interesting take.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is Christian McCaffrey the son of a famous Broncos wide receiver?
He absolutely is. Yes. He certainly is.
I see.
Shout out to Ed McCaffrey, by the way.
I see.
Great Broncos wide receiver. And my take obviously has nothing to do with that, by the way. But shout out to Ed McCaffrey.
Shout out, Ed.
All right, so I got a question for you guys real quick before we move on. What do we think about the trade? So Brian Robinson Jr. just got traded from the Commanders to back up Christian McCaffrey. Does that have any effect on what we're talking about?
When I first saw it, I was concerned, like, okay, maybe the Niners have some actual concerns about this tendonitis. And so they went out and got a running back. I like Garindo, which is the current backup. Well, was the current backup. Now he's behind B-Rob. I think it just is a insurance policy. I don't think it's going to affect his playing time. I've really been kind of thinking about it. B-Rob isn't the same guy as Christian McCaffrey. It would take both the guys to replace what McCaffrey does. And so I think that CMC will still get his playing time, and B-Rob will just spell him every now and then, but I'm not worried about him taking goal line or any of that stuff.
It kind of supports they might only give him 10 to 15 carries in the beginning, and here comes Brian Robinson, here comes Isaac Garindo. So I can see them going that way. I'm just not touching Christian McCaffrey, if I'm going to be honest, this year, but I think it affects a little bit, but not as much as people think. I wouldn't scare him out the first round.
My least favorite first-round pick, Ashton Genty of the Las Vegas Raiders, former employer. Shout out, Raiders. And I just think that the O-line is not good, point blank, and I don't think they did enough to improve it. I know Pete Carroll's there. I know Chip Kelly's there, the scheme, all the stuff, all the things. Ashton Genty's talented, this and that. When I made this list, was going – I think I put 12.3, which made him a borderline round 1 guy. He's all the way up to 11 now, which makes him in a 12-team league pretty firmly in the first round, I guess. Mm-hmm. I'm just not a believer in the Raiders' offense. Nothing against Ashton Genty and his skills. Nothing against that at all. I think it's just I need to see it before I take a running back in the first round for the Raiders. And I haven't seen it yet. Now, do you take Genty before McCaffrey, Gabe? That was my question that I had in my mind.
I would rather, but
their current
I don't
ADP
know.
has McCaffrey running back 5, Genty running back 6.
in my original rankings, I had Genty rated higher. I moved Christian McCaffrey ahead of Genty, but my thing is my preference would probably be Genty. Like I'd rather have that later round pick and let someone take McCaffrey ahead of me, and then I end up with Genty. If I'm at 7 or 8 or 9, I feel like I'm kind of forced to take Christian McCaffrey, but I would rather have Genty.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
I think the reason is because you don't want to pass on McCaffrey, who's a proven thing.
Right.
And then Genty does, and you're like, he was right there for me. And
Yep.
yeah. So I get the dilemma.
Yeah.
I actually think Genty's going to be pretty good. And I think even if the Raiders are bad, the amount of volume that he is going to receive is going to make him a RB1. Like Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly are going to run the ball over and over and over again. I don't care if they're up, if they're down, they are going to commit to running the football. And if they have to throw it, guess who they're going to throw it to?
Brock
Genty.
Bowers. Oh, sorry. Genty. Sorry.
They're going to, but both.
No,
I mean
Genty's-
both, but
he
Genty
can
is
catch.
going to get the ball.
He can be a pass
they,
catcher.
They are going to throw screens. They are going to get him the ball. So I think just based on volume alone, he will be a first round pick. He's not my favorite first round pick by any means,
Right.
but he should be in that range, I think.
Do we all agree that Josh Jacobs is a good running back?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
we all agree that he's a really good running back?
Yes.
I mean, he's in the upper echelon of running backs. Yes.
Okay. Do we all agree that 233 carries is a lot of carries for a season? 233.
It's medium for
It's
a workhorse.
not what Jacobs should get in a season, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're talking.
Okay,
he
in
should've got-
13 games, his last season with the Raiders, okay? 233 yards. This is roughly the same offensive line. This is 2023. They've not changed much up front. They've cut some guys. They brought in a guard who was rated the worst guard by PFF.
Who was their coach?
I hear you.
No,
It was
Who
Josh.
was their coach?
It was Josh and then AP,
Yeah.
right?
And
McDaniels and Antonio Pierce.
okay.
233 carries.
Are you running the
800
football hard for those two?
805 yards, 3.5 yards a carry, only 6 touchdowns in 13 games. 3.5 yards a carry.
So
The next year, 4.4 yards a carry. The year prior, 4.9 yards a carry. They haven't changed the O-line too much since 2023, and that's my concern.
I know.
A guy that good couldn't do it.
Hold on. If he gets
We went Zamir White
if
last
he
year.
gets
He was not good.
300 carries
Yep.
in that offense, Josh Jacobs, is he an RB1?
At 3.5 yards a carry, that would be, 1,050 yards? No.
Volume alone plus receiving and touchdowns.
No.
He gets really close.
In this Raiders offense, in this
Well,
current,
yes.
in the 2020 or this current
Well,
one,
you're saying it's the same.
yeah, it's roughly the same.
That's my disagreement.
Coaching has a lot to do
It's
with it.
not
Of
the
course,
same.
no, I agree.
It's
I
not the
agree.
same.
The staff, the scheme, and everything's going to be different. So that's the one positive. But the guys, if the guys are still the same, some dudes do improve drastically scheme wise, right? Obviously.
I can tell you coaching.
Oh, it's
Makes a
huge,
difference.
especially for a line, for the interior line and stuff, right? But
I'd argue though, Genty's a better prospect of a running back than Jacobs was.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah, no, for
Genty,
sure.
The offensive line's gone a little bit. I hear what you're saying. They have made a couple changes here. They got a new coaching staff. Genty, to me, outlines a better running back long term than Jacobs. So I you know how I feel about Genty. I love Genty.
for sure. For
When
sure.
we first started the first episode, I said Genty for me would be like a top 5 pick. I've scaled back a little bit, but I love Genty. Like if I had a back end pick in any of my drafts, I would take him.
I'm very much on the outside of this opinion. And
Yes.
I'm willing to
A lot.
I'm willing to kind of stand there, kind of like I was with Anthony Richardson last year. I think Genty might be my AR bust call of this year, maybe.
That's
AR I was very highly aggressive on last year. I'm not as aggressive on Genty.
I was gonna say
this
that's
No.
that's
Um,
bold.
But I don't think he's a first round pick in fantasy. I need to see it first.
Yeah, I just think he has the upside to make it. So, anyways, we'll move on.
Yeah,
right?
sorry, I got really passionate.
No,
That might be the
well,
most passion I've gotten.
I like it.
Oh, okay.
I like it. No, you hating on Gabe's Drake London take is more passionate. But anyways,
Definitely.
go watch that episode.
I really thought we were going to.
All right, so my least favorite for round one,
Yep.
probably going to be a thing that most people don't agree with, but I'm taking Saquon Barkley
Saquon.
as my least favorite. And it really has to go just with usage. History shows that a running back that runs for over 2,000 yards is just not the same the next season. I hope I'm wrong because I love Saquon. And I hope he has an awesome year. There have been, I don't know exactly how many, but a handful of running backs that have run for 2,000 yards in the NFL.
Y'all remember CJ2K?
There has never been any of them have run for more than 1,500 yards the next season.
Wow,
Never.
1,500. They
The
fall back
most
that
ever
far.
is Barry Sanders with 1,491, the year after he ran for 2,000 yards.
Oh, wow, that's a good nugget.
And I don't know how many passes Barry caught back then, but I don't think it's like that.
It wasn't very
it's
many.
not the way that they use running backs in today's day and age.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, that is my biggest concern for Saquon is just the amount of touches he got last year and what the history shows. If you guys can see the jersey I'm wearing on the video, I have Terrell Davis's jersey on. He ran for over 2,000 yards. The next season, you guys remember what happened?
You got hurt, right?
He tore his ACL.
Yep.
He was never the same player again.
Mm.
It basically virtually ended his career. Now,
We're
things
not
are a
wishing
lot.
that on
Yeah,
Saquon.
no. I was
gonna
gonna
say,
say
I
a lot
don't-
different than that now.
Apparently, I'm playing doctor all day because, I mean,
we can Google
medically-
it. We can
no.
Google it. But that is my biggest concern. Also, if we want to talk about a couple of curses for Saquon, my guy was on the Madden cover this year.
Tough.
We've seen what it's done to running backs.
Who was on the Madden cover last year? Okay,
was it Josh
all right,
Allen?
Okay.
It was Josh Allen.
Was
It was Josh Allen.
Yeah, yeah. And he had a pretty dang good year.
Yeah,
so,
I
like I
mean,
said,
MVP.
I could be wrong.
But Christian was
and it-
before that,
and it
and
was
he was hurt.
and
Are
he
we,
was
so
are
it's
we
been-
sure
and
that
he was Christian. Hey, thanks, Mike.
Gotcha.
Christian was also the offensive player of the year that year. And there's been
Last year was actually Christian McCaffrey.
I was going to say it. I'm pretty sure last year was Christian McCaffrey on the Madden cover.
Yep.
And
Maybe
and
Josh
we
Allen
see
was the
what
year
happened.
before.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's really my only concern, and it's not that I think he's still going to be potentially a top 5, top 10 running back. Should be top 5. My issue is that he's being taken first overall, or second or third in the first round of drafts, over younger running backs that don't have the usage that he does.
Yeah.
So it's for me, it's just where he's being picked and the value.
I've been calling him Saquon this whole offseason. He's the safest guy to me. Look, that offensive line is still so good. That offense is still so good. He's going to have so many scoring opportunities. I know Jalen Hurts takes away from with the tush push at the 1. For me, I don't expect him to get 2,000. But if he goes out and gets me 1,500 total yards, and not rushing, just total yards, and let's say 10 to 15 touchdowns, to me, that's just a safe bet. I know Bijan is the number 1 running back in most people's eyes right now. I just don't know how many touchdowns he's going to score. And I think Saquon and Bijan are probably going to be similar in yards.
Bajan.
Sorry. So Saquon to me is the safest bet. He has arguably the best offensive line in the league.
It's one of the top 3 for sure.
You're going to put 8 in the box, but there's also times where you can't because you have Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So this offense is just dangerous. This is coming from a Cowboys fan who hates the Eagles.
Yep.
To me, Saquon's the safest pick. And if I had the number 1 pick in most drafts, I would take him number 1.
I want to drop a
Over
quick
Chase?
note.
Yes. I will say this.
Over Chase and
okay.
the best offense in the world?
Mocking lately, I'm actually leaning towards receivers in the early because I love the running backs in the second and third rounds.
Sure.
So I would probably go Chase 1, but Saquon
Okay.
2, and he'd be my RB1.
Okay. And I think he is. I think he is an RB1. I'm concerned about the year last year versus like what's coming this year. And I part of me just wants to be not that like Christian McCaffrey. How you feel about Christian McCaffrey?
Saquon does have an injury history too.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So they brought in A.J. Dillon. Okay.
Mm.
But they also played A.J. Dillon this final preseason game and didn't play Will Shipley. So it almost feels like Will Shipley is the backup to Saquon, which is kind of a trip.
I can see
and
that.
He's had a really good preseason. So my quick little nugget on Saquon, because it's tough for them to repeat. Will he get hurt? Whatever. Like you said, we're going to say that about everyone on the list. But my quick little nugget on Saquon would be, if you do take Saquon, Will Shipley's not a bad end of draft pick for you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably going undrafted right now, but he's a good handcuff for you to have. So, and I'm not sure A.J. Dillon even affects. He's like the B-Rob CMC situation.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have depth at the running back position. I don't care what team you are.
What was it that you said? No, to run an NFL team, you need to have multiple running in the group chat. And
Then,
and then John said,
we got B-Rob, so CMC's hurt. And I was like, man, this is the NFL. No team runs one back in the NFL.
No.
You got to have backups at that position that can come in and carry the load, because they can go down at any moment. They're the most used player on the field, really.
And then John in the group chat said the Eagles would like to have a word. And look, we're talking about the Eagles.
Yeah, everybody's got them.
You got to have multiple.
For sure.
My favorite, round 2. We're moving on to
round two?
We're good for round
Let's
2?
do it.
Let's do it.
How do you guys feel after round 1?
Some heated discussion there, I thought. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Round 1's always probably like the.
I mean, how do you have a bad pick in round 1?
Yeah.
They're all good.
Yeah.
You know, we're nitpicking here.
No, you can have a bad pick in round 1. It was Ashton Genty.
Oh my god.
It was Christian McCaffrey last year.
Who's your favorite in round 2, so we can talk about how
okay.
bad he is?
My favorite round 2, and actually Gabe will probably say how bad he is one young Bucky Irving. This has been a really tough one for me. I had him last year. He was fantastic. He was drafted, I think, like in the 13th round. Gabe was saying his ADP fell in that range last year. He was a second-half hero.
Did you draft him?
Oh, no. I traded for him.
I was going to say. Most people that had him did not draft him.
Yeah. I traded for him. But he was a second-half hero. His stats were absolutely bananas the back half of last season. Mm-hmm. For me, there's some worry about Rachaad White still there. There's some worry about some regression. There's some worry about, was that like a flash in the pan? I have all those worries. But every single time I put my head down at night and I say, hey, fantasy gods, is there a way that Bucky Irving doesn't do what he did the last half of last season? The answer has been not likely. He's going to repeat. And I say, okay, fantasy gods, I hear you. So it's just a gut feeling for me. I have all those worries, concerns. They make sense. But I think he is that guy. That's it. I mean, it's gut feel for me on this one.
I'll let Aaron go because everyone knows how I feel about Bucky.
So I like him. I don't love him as a RB1. And the only reason I say that is because I need to see him carry the ball 300 times to see if he holds up. Now, he is explosive. He's one of the most explosive players at his position, in my opinion. And he can catch the ball. I think he might almost be a better receiving threat than he is as a runner. I mean, he's very explosive. I question a little bit of whether that was Baker's best year ever.
Yeah.
And if he's going to be that efficient again to get the ball out the way that he did. But I do like Bucky. And if you want him, I think you're going to have to take him in that space. And where it is, I mean, there aren't too many other running backs in that range that I would rather have, I think. You know, I mean, if I really look at the list, you've got Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, he's currently 19.
Chase Brown, Kyron Williams.
Yep.
So I know how Gabe feels.
Yep, Chase Brown would be ahead of
I
Bucky
think there
for
are
sure.
a couple of guys that I would take over him.
Okay.
But I don't see anybody taking snaps away from him, at least right now. So I like it.
So I chimed in. Look, I like Bucky, but to me, he's more of a third. I would love him in the 4th, but that's not going to happen. So he would be more of a 3rd round pick where I'm comfortable taking him. Now, this is the thing. Liam Cohen leaves. He goes to Jacksonville as a coach. I think he was a great offense play caller and a coordinator. I think that takes away from this offense. Mike Evans is getting a little older. Chris Godwin's hurt. He's not going to start the season. He's going to miss a couple games. You're relying on Emeka Egbuka, who people love, and he's a rookie.
He looks good.
But he's a rookie. I have my concerns about rookies sometimes. I I just don't think he's going to be able to perform like he did. He averaged 5.4 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
He caught 47 balls out of 52 targets.
Yep.
He's not going to have that catch rate again. I'm sorry. I can't get behind that. I worry about smaller running backs too having such a big share load.
Mm-hmm. That's why I started with the carries.
Yes.
He only had 200 carries last year because he didn't have a full start of the season.
Yeah.
Correct. So, but I don't think he's the workhorse. And then also, the Buccaneers love Sean Tucker too. That's the RB3.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of dope.
You might get like Rachaad White might just fade out.
He's
and
already
Sean
out,
Tucker.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think this is another team that wants to do like a 3 running back committee.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see Bucky doing what he did last year, and I don't see him averaging that and then catching those amount of balls with that many targets.
I mean, sometimes it's okay to just say like that might be him. Oh, I get it.
But
it's
I need
only
more,
been one season.
Give me one more year. If he does it again, I will sit
you
here
need
and
a
say
larger
I was
sample
wrong.
size. Yep.
And
Yes.
that's my concern with Baker running the show and the efficiency of that offense is the change.
Yes.
And I'd like to see it again. But if I can get Bucky in the right spot, I'd love to have him see what happens.
I will say, rushing wise, this preseason, Bucky's not doing me any favors. 8 carries for 12 yards.
I mean, don't look at preseason rushing stats, sir.
What a bust!
Oh my god.
No, he's done. He's put a lid on him.
Who we got next for our favorite second round?
So that's going to be me. And this man helped me win a fantasy football championship last year, so I might be a little biased.
He helped a lot of people.
He did. And that's one Kyren Williams. And that's because of where he's going. He's going at the end of round 2. Every year, look, we did this last year when they drafted Blake Corum. Oh, Blake Corum's going to come in and take snaps from Kyren Williams. He did not. It wasn't even Blake Corum. It was Rivers. He didn't. They drafted another running back this year, and I don't think you have to worry about him either. People were concerned when he was announced the kick returner. People, Kyren's returning kicks. He's not going to be. Kyren ended up being a top 10 running back, and I got him in the first pick of the second round, and now he's fallen to the second round at the end. I don't understand why. Okay. I understand fantasy football it's a young man's game. We get excited about these young guys coming up. But for me, I want the guys who are proven. And this guy's done it for 2 or 3 years in a row now. I know what I'm going to get out of Kyren Williams. People are worried about the touchdowns, but I think this is an efficient offense, and they're going to score a lot of points. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, they're going to score probably close to 20 points or more every game. So I'm not concerned. He also has a very easy running back schedule. I know that's hard because it's preseason. We're going based off last year. People are going to get worse or better. So that's whatever. But Kyren Williams has proven to me he's one of the better running backs in the league. He just got an extension. They're not going to pay him that if they think if they're going to do a running back by committee. He is the workhorse for me in this offense.
He had 14 touchdowns last year rushing, 2 in the air. 12 rushing touchdowns the year prior, 3 in the air. So 16 last year, 15 total the year prior. Finished RB6 in both those years. And he's just being disrespected. That's it. I mean, plain.
I love me some Kyren. I'll take Kyren Williams again. So
I like the take. I don't think you have to worry about Kyren Williams.
Yep.
I think the reason, is Matthew Stafford going to play football? Is that going to happen?
He's practicing.
So he was back at it
Okay.
and actually took practice reps, like live team reps and stuff.
So that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Now, seeing the
we'd
clips,
like Matthew Stafford to play.
Yeah. Seeing the clips, he does look stiff. Like, it's a little worrisome. I'm worried, like, what's going to happen when he gets hit.
All he has to do is hand it off to the right or hand it off to the left. You know what I mean? He's going to be
He's
okay.
got 2 weeks he's just getting back into it.
Yeah.
He'll be
So
fine.
I like Kyren. The reason the hate comes is because of the analytics. His efficiency stats, like if you look at fantasy, he is a volume player.
Mm-hmm.
This is my Gene T argument to Al. He gets the ball so many times that even if he doesn't have the greatest yards per carry or explosiveness, as long as he gets his carries, he will be an RB1.
316 carries. Shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
4.1 yards per carry last year.
His average did come down.
He will get his numbers as long as he is getting the ball. And I think that's why, they're worried about other people coming in because he's not the most explosive or efficient player when you watch him. And I think that's kind of where some of the hate comes from, but you can't deny his production.
I think to be a great fantasy manager too, you have to read the signs of it. Like they extended him 2 years. I think it was 20 or 4, something like that. I can't remember the.
Yeah, no, they paid him.
Yeah, how do you not confidently draft a player who just got paid at his position, right?
Why are you going to pay
Absolutely.
him one of the highest running backs if you're not going to give him
And not play him.
And I will say too, he's in a Sean McVay offense, and Sean is going to find ways to get the ball down the field. So
Yep.
I mean, you have to be fairly confident in him in that. He's not somebody who you're going to – a lot of people will pass because they want the ceiling. Kyron's ceiling is, you know what you're – like you said, you know what you're going to get.
Yep.
So you kind of have to be okay with knowing that this player is going to be what he is. He's not going to go to the upper echelon of –
He's another safe pick.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep.
RB6
Correct.
both years. You know what he's getting. Steady, consistent
Yep.
touchdowns. They don't go to anyone else around the goal line. Him.
Yep. Unless Stafford wants to run one in, you know?
Could you imagine? Second round favorite pick for you, Aaron?
Okay, so my second round favorite is Nico Collins.
I love both your guys' second round favorite, by the way.
Love
both.
I mean,
love Nico Collins. Just got him in our dynasty draft. Super happy about that. And I mean, the guy is awesome. I mean, just the eye test, watching him play at receiver, he's unbelievable. His feet, his hands, how aggressive he is. He's a really fun player to watch. And so I'm banking on him and CJ having a full healthy year together and just him balling out. I could see Nico as a top 3 receiver, and you can virtually get him in the second round in most drafts. I almost think he's a little like talent level disrespected in the way that he's drafted just because he didn't have a full year last year.
Disrespect.
Last year, he played 12 games, still finished as the number 23 receiver in fantasy.
That's crazy.
Had 1,008 yards and 7 touchdowns in 12 games.
68 receptions. Yep. Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
to me, he is a guy where you could get great value in a second round, and I think he should be a first round pick.
Something that I saw a lot last year, having drafted Nico Collins, I was watching a lot of Texans. Every time CJ Stroud goes back and gets in a little bit of trouble, that ball is going in the direction of 12 because he's like, I'm going to put it up there. He's going to hopefully get it for me because I'm about to get sacked. And that is
they also
hugely crucial.
Did get some – they have obviously Tank Dell is injured and they have some injuries, but they did go get him some help. There are other receiving options, maybe not as proven. But I'm looking for CJ to have a bounce back year and Nico to reap the benefits of that.
Just to support you, wide receiver 9 on average last year. So average points per game, he was number 9.
Yeah, crazy.
I think we all love Nico. There's nothing more to say.
Yeah.
He's a freak of nature.
Awesome.
Yep.
I want to see him stay healthy for a whole year.
An absolute
Yes, please.
freak of nature. Yeah, please.
I got a question.
Yep.
Would you take Nico Collins over Christian McCaffrey?
No.
No.
I wouldn't.
I would prefer Nico over Christian McCaffrey.
In Dynasty, I would.
But I
I'm
couldn't.
I'm saying
I couldn't take
Nah.
him.
you wouldn't take him in the back.
Because you can wait. You mean the back end of round 1?
I mean,
So that
round
is
one.
an actual debate, I would say.
Again, same thing with my whoever it was take. I would rather have Nico, but I couldn't take, like, if I'm sitting at 8 and Christian McCaffrey's there, I have to take him, unfortunately. It was like last year, I didn't want to take Christian McCaffrey, but I fucking had to.
Yeah.
Like, how can I pass up Christian McCaffrey?
It's one of those things where, like, I'm pick 9 for McCaffrey. If I take McCaffrey, Nico probably won't get back to me. So, yeah, I'd probably take Nico there and hope that McCaffrey falls to me. Round 2, least favorite, that's where we're at. And it's going to start with me. And I swear I'm not hating on this team. But we go back to the Las Vegas Raiders.
It's okay.
And we go
I enjoy it.
to a guy who set all sorts of records last year for tight ends, for franchise, for rookies, all the things, Brock Bowers. With a new quarterback, new coaching system. Brock may really make me look terrible for this take, but for me, it's one of those positions that I cannot – it's just the fact that he's a tight end in round 2. I just can't do it. I've never done it in fantasy. I don't think I ever will. I didn't do it when, like, Kelsey was dominant. I didn't do it with Jimmy Graham. Didn't do it with, like, Antonio Gates. You know, those guys. Gronk.
You just mean like the best players ever.
Yeah,
at their position.
correct. I didn't do it.
Okay.
You know, I don't take him early. So that reason alone is why he's my least favorite. Nothing against his talent again, just the fact that he's a round 2 tight end and you're taking him over guys like Nico Collins, Kyron Williams, Bucky. Like, you have to take him over those position guys. You're kind of giving up wealth at that position for a position that his top, he may be the outlier, but his top point getting isn't that much better than the 12th best tight end or 10th best or 6th best tight end. When wide receivers and running backs, there's a big drop. We talked about that off air. There's a bigger drop off. So that's why he's my least favorite, just position alone.
I'll support you real quick, and I'll let Aaron be the positive one here. I'm with you. He's actually my tight end 3, so I would rather have McBride and Kittle over him even. I understand. No, listen, Brock Bowers is super talented. For me, it's just Geno Smith and Chip Kelly and Pete Kelly. Like, those 3 have never utilized the tight end. And I understand Brock Bowers is probably the most talented tight end that any of them I've ever had. But it's just a system thing for me. I'm just not a sold on him. And again, second round. If he was in the 4th, I would jump on all of them. But second round for tight end, it is definitely early.
I don't love the second round. For me, I love Brock Bowers. I think he's a phenomenal player, and I think Pete and Chip for sure. So also watch a lot of UCLA Bruins football. Chip was a head coach for I think 4 years.
Yeah,
and some very good tight ends over the years on that team, and definitely knew how to use them. So I think they will utilize him. He's the best pass catcher on the team. So I believe they're going to use him a lot. I think if you like him and he's your guy, you take him where you have to take him. If you believe in it, but you need to have a strategy of how you're going to acquire the other positions and where, if you're going to take a tight end in round 2. But I got nothing bad to say about the guy.
But would you take him in round 2? Would you, personally?
This year I would not.
In a redraft league, okay.
This year I would not.
Okay. You need to see it one more year at least before making that commitment. Yeah.
No, it's just where the other players fall.
Yeah.
From I just don't like the team as much depth-wise when I take a tight end in the second round.
You don't want to give up that good wide receiver, that good running back for
yes.
good tight
But
end.
if you, like I said, if you have a plan for that and you feel good about it and you think Brock Bowers is going to be the tight end 1, take him. But have your depth in other places.
The most obvious least favorite second round pick goes to Gabe, and who is it?
Surprise, surprise. It's Drake London. Listen, it was probably our most heated argument that we've had on this pod to date.
I'm trying to keep my blood down over here.
I don't listen again. I'm gonna go over it. I don't understand the love for it. I've talked to Drake London owners, and they were just like, "Yeah, he was meh. He was very okay." Let me give you his weekly finishes real quick.
I thought you were gonna stop it. I've talked to Drake London.
Oh no, I have not talked to Drake London. I would. I'd be like, hey man, you need to do better. Anyways, so his weekly finishes from last season. So I'm gonna go week 1 in order. Obviously, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 83, 19, 19, 34, 2, 15, 8, 63, 39, 11, 47 by week, 19, 34, 28, 41, 24. He was number 1 receiver in week 18. Nobody does week 18, like I said. So, and you're not even playing in the championship if you had Drake London because he probably didn't get you there. So, listen, he's a wide receiver 2 to me. I've said that. He's 3rd round, but for me, I probably wouldn't even take him to the 4th round. I just don't get the hype on Drake London. I haven't seen it yet still where like he's just so talented. He's a knockoff of Mike Evans. I've said this before. I don't love him as a player. Now, could he come out and have a good year? Sure. Let's give Michael Penix a shot. I'll give him that. But I don't think Kirk Cousins was bad in the first half of the season, and I just read his weekly finishes. He had a couple nice finishes in week 2, 15, and 8 in 3 weeks. But he also had 34, 19, 19, 83 with Kirk Cousins as well. A healthy Kirk Cousins.
He sounded the stats for bye week were crazy. Crazy. 158 targets, man. That's just really hard to ignore. And I think he gets peppered again. And Aaron was talking about how, and we all talk about it, opportunity. Fantasy is all about opportunity. I think the opportunity for Drake is massive this year. That's why I like him so much.
One of the things too, and I'm sorry, Aaron, I'll let you go real quick. In fantasy football, there's so many things I factor in. And I also obviously it's fantasy football, but I factor in real football too. I don't think Drake London's good enough to beat cornerback 1s. Like there's some really good lockdown cornerbacks, and I don't think he's good enough to beat some of these cornerbacks. Like I feel like he's a really good wide receiver too. If he brought over Tyreek Hill, then I'd be like, oh, I like Drake London more now because he's a wide receiver too. He's going to see cornerback 2s. He's going to get probably more opportunities because everyone's going to be looking at Tyreek Hill. That's all I'm saying about Drake London.
I'm somewhere in the middle. I like Drake London. I don't love how high you have to draft him. So I will agree with you there. His situation is kind of a little bit unsettled or unknown in my opinion. He had a good year last year for sure. If you add up his stats, he had a good year. If you want to break it down game by game, I get it. I think he will be a productive player. I think he will be a good player. Is he going to reach the elite status of the guys that we've talked about in the first and beginning of the second round? I don't think so. I don't think he has quite the level of talent, like you're saying, Gabe, to get there. But target-wise and opportunity, I agree with Al. I think he will definitely have his opportunities. Let's see what Michael Penix can do. And then I think I'd have a better, take and understanding. Do I like Drake London this year? Yes. Do I want to draft him over Nico Collins? No.
No.
So you know what I'm saying? If we're talking about second round, I need to get him at the end, like middle to end, where I can feel confident in drafting him.
Let me just run really quick. All three Yahoo Sleeper and RT Sports have him as the number 9 wide receiver, overall 17th pick, in front of A.J. Brown, Ladd McConkey, Tyreek Hill, JSN, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson. Are you taking any of those guys over Drake London?
Yes.
Knew that.
I think I would consider A.J. Brown and Ladd.
Mm-hmm.
And who else did you say?
T. Higgins,
JSN, Garrett Wilson.
Love me some JSN. But I also worry about Darnold this year.
Yeah.
Got to be honest.
So would you
take?
those
would be the only two that I would consider.
Brown
Otherwise, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I just don't want to take him.
Otherwise, Drake London, he's gonna be on the field and he's gonna get you 10 targets a game.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. I mean, that's good production as long as he catches the ball.
No doubt. No diggity. No
He's
doubt.
my flex receiver. I'm happy.
Wow. There's not a shot.
Well,
That'd be crazy.
Gabe's not going to draft Drake London, so we'll just move on.
Correct.
I can guarantee you that.
Are we on a least favorite or are we
least favorite?
Least favorite.
So
I'm shocked. I see who the player is. I'm shocked to see least favorite.
Least favorite second round. This one was a little difficult for me, honestly, because I like him a lot. And my take is really just because of what I think he could do and where he's being drafted. So my least favorite second round is Jonathan Taylor.
Wow.
Great player. Phenomenal player. Love Jonathan Taylor. He does not catch the ball. And if you're in a standard scoring league, draft Jonathan Taylor in the second round. If you're in a PPR league, I worry about him and his touches on the field. He's going to get 300 carries, hopefully. They actually have a decent quarterback on that team this year. Daniel Jones is going to play quarterback. I don't know. You can say what you want about Daniel Jones.
Decent. Okay.
But fantasy players should be praying and saying thank you to the Lord for Daniel Jones being the starting quarterback, because if Anthony Richardson was there, we'd be hurting. I do, oddly enough, think Daniel Jones actually takes some rushing touchdown opportunities away from Jonathan Taylor, believe it or not.
Huh. Okay.
Daniel Jones can run the ball.
Okay.
And I think Jonathan Taylor's getting a little bit older, and I worry about
26.
the amount of, well, I'm not talking about age of player. I'm talking about age of
body.
football.
Yeah.
Age of body.
He has a lot of carries.
A lot of carries. Remember
Not
him,
such a young
Even
guy.
in Wisconsin.
I was going to say college, man, they fed him the rock.
Yep.
He's had little nagging injuries here and there, and they rely on him so much. And a lot of his production last year, if you look at his games, came in weeks 15 through 18.
Is that after they decided Anthony Richardson was not the starter anymore?
It was after the bye,
Mm-hmm.
and he went bananas.
Mm-hmm.
He finished as his last 3 weeks, 16, 17, 18, RB1, RB1, RB5.
Who was
29,
Anthony Richardson
32,
starting?
and 34 carries.
Was Anthony Richardson starting those games? Do we know?
I believe.
No.
I don't
was
think.
not, right?
I don't think he was.
Right. Which
But they were basically like, "Hey, Jonathan Taylor, you're the only offense we have. Run this ball." I think that's going to be different throughout the year. I think they're going to maybe give him a little bit less in hopes that he finishes and gives them what they need. So love the player. I think he'll be awesome. I just wouldn't take him over the guys just below him who are going to catch the ball, like Kyron or Bucky Irving or those types of players.
So I think Anthony Richardson held him back a lot. They were able to stack the box. They weren't worried about Anthony Richardson throwing the ball at all, period. Any team in the league, me included, not worried about him throwing the ball. Showed. He does not become the starter anymore. Jonathan Taylor goes nuts. Jonathan Taylor, in his first 2 years in the league, 36 receptions, 40 receptions. He can catch the ball. Anthony Richardson just didn't throw to the running back. The 2 following seasons, he was hurt. 11 games and 10 games, 28 catches, 19 catches. Last year, only 18. And I believe most of those came when it was not Anthony Richardson. So I actually think Jonathan Taylor is an underrated receiver. He just doesn't get the opportunities, and I think he will this year with Daniel Jones, which I think elevates his level. It's the only one I think I disagree on with you.
I'm not saying he can't catch the ball, but I'm saying that's not his role on that team.
I think it wasn't with the quarterback who didn't check down, but I think it will be this season.
What is the easiest throw to make as a quarterback?
Check down to the running back.
And so you're telling me that a quarterback that can't run an NFL offense isn't going to be told by his offensive coordinator to check the ball down to the running back?
Yeah, he probably was, and he didn't do it.
He
and that's why
only
he's not
had
starting anymore.
31 targets.
Last year?
31.
Yeah.
Same head coach.
How many? We're going too deep. We'll talk about this off air, you and I.
Again, I love Jonathan Taylor,
Makes me happy.
but I wouldn't take him there in the second round.
What makes you happy?
That he might be there for me tomorrow.
He might.
We have a draft tomorrow.
We do.
I'm so excited. It's our first live draft.
In the right place, I'd still
In
draft
person.
Jonathan Taylor because he's very, very talented.
Yeah, he won't get to you in the third. I promise you that.
Perfect. He's all you.
Promise you that. Who's up?
I believe that is you, my friend.
All right,
That's
we're
your round 3
we're gonna
favorite.
start flying through these.
Okay.
Round 3 favorite. You said you like this guy.
Love him.
Love this guy.
I'd take him over Jonathan Taylor.
My
I don't know
round
about
3
that, but I
favorite,
do.
Jackson Smith and Jigba for the Seahawks. Sam Darnold-led Seattle Seahawks. I just think opportunities, again, we use this word a lot. That's opportunity abundant there with no DK Metcalf left and Noah Fant is gone. That's my favorite round 3. Who's our next favorite round 3?
This is my guy, T. Higgins, and this is just part of the greatest offense of all time for fantasy football. So T. Higgins, he was actually one of the better receivers when healthy. Now, the biggest question with T. Higgins is always health, but on average, per game, T. Higgins was wide receiver 6 last year. So when he plays, he's a monster. He's
insane.
He's a big body, touchdown guy. If he stays healthy, this offense is incredible. I love me some T. Higgins.
On that offense, they had the wide receiver 6 per game average and probably the wide receiver 1 per game average last year.
He was number
That's
1.
Nuts chasing him.
And they just paid T.
Yes, they did.
T is a wide receiver 1 that gets to go up against cornerback 2s,
That would be
which is why he is so good on that team.
Roddy White, Julio Jones. Back in when Roddy
there
was
you
still
go.
in his
we
prime.
got so many guys.
Yeah, that was
T.
great.
Higgins just is a great wide receiver too.
Absolutely. My favorite round 3, same offense,
Greatest offense of all time.
Chase Brown.
Love it.
Came on like crazy last year. Looks like he just fits exactly what they do to a T. T. Higgins, maybe. Anyways, love Chase Brown. Go and get him, and he's going to catch a ton of passes from Joe Burrow when he's under duress.
I will say real quick, that's one thing that surprised me when he started playing towards the end and being the workhorse, the amount of catches and targets he gets.
Yep.
He is a PPR monster. I think he's someone who can creep into the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase Brown? Sorry, you did the T thing. Sorry.
I think mine was better.
Round 3, least favorite. Going back to stellar player. Way too early for this position. Still, for me. Trey McBride of the Cardinals, tight end. Unbelievable season last year. Didn't catch a touchdown, I think, until like week 14 or 15, whatever.
No, it was the very last week of the season.
That's
It
insane.
didn't even count.
That is so insane. For fantasy, it didn't count at all, right?
If you shouldn't be playing week 18. But go ahead.
And it's just too early. Again, round 3, tight end. I just can't put my name on it. That's why it's my least fave.
I do love Trey McBride, but I'm with you. I'm waiting till the end probably to take a tight end, or at least middle at the very earliest. But there's running backs and receivers I'd much rather have than Trey McBride.
I think McBride's fantastic. I think he catches a lot more touchdowns this year, and I would take him in the 3rd round.
He definitely will.
be
There's
there for
no way he has a one touchdown season again. 0% chance.
Which means he'll be even more valuable.
Former Colorado State Ram, Mountain West pride. Go ahead. Who's up next?
So my least favorite this year, and I love the guy in the past. He's my kryptonite actually in fantasy football. I feel like every time I go against him, he like drops 30 on me. That's Mike Evans. This has everything to do with age and Liam Cohen leaving. And I think I'm just selling on Tampa Bay's offense this year. I loved him last year. I wanted every bit of it. I kind of want to sell this year because I don't think they're going to live up to the hype. And if you remember, he had 1,000 yards, but it came to week 18 and like the final play and they had to force it. I do think his production comes down. This might be the first year he doesn't get 1,000 yards, but he is a touchdown guy. So I understand that part. I would wait later to take him. Again, I'm not saying I completely hate Mike Evans, but I don't see him as that elite guy anymore.
Mm-hmm. Lack of upside for other players you can get in that range.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's the silly conversation we had about Kyron earlier, basically with just Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And he's probably the greatest.
Different age, though.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
He's probably the greatest Tampa Bay Buck of all time from like a career-long standpoint. Obviously, Brady was there, but but for a career-long standpoint, he might be up there with like Warren Sapp.
I was going to say Warren Sapp.
Derek
might have something to
Brooks,
say about
John
that.
Lynn.
Yeah.
Well, okay, best offensive player of all time for the Bucks? Is that okay?
I don't think I could argue against it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down with it.
I loved work done on Mike Allstott. Shout out work done.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike
Keenan
Allstott.
McCardell.
I'd go Mike Evans, though.
Yeah, I would too. All right, least favorite for me, round 3, Tyreek Hill.
What a putt, dude. How about you pick a challenging one?
So Tyreek to me is just a bigger name than production at this point in his career. He is nothing but a distraction the last couple of years. I mean, you guys say what you want. He does produce at times on the field, but he just seems unmotivated to play football. I don't know if it's just eye test thing for me, but I am just passing on Tyreek Hill. Him and Tua don't even seem to be on the same page. Tua is definitely a risk. Both of them are a risk of being on the field for the year. He's just not somebody I'm going to draft.
He's such a conundrum because I see him in like mock drafts in like the 4th round. And I'm like, oh my God, Tyreek Hill's still here. Like Tyreek Hill, but the offseason quotes have not been great with him and Tua. I don't know what the case is, but it's one of those like I'm trying to stay away. I don't know if I'll end up with Tyreek, but I can't. If he falls to me somewhere, like I have to take him. I'm gonna have to take him because he's Tyreek Hill still.
It's just tough.
Just don't do it in the 3rd round.
No, definitely not 3rd round. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It's tough to see a guy like that. I mean, he was a 1st-round pick for many years for us. It's just like I said last week. I think he might Antonio Brown himself right out of the league, and I hope it doesn't happen this year. But he's kind of trending in that direction. Favorite round 4.
Round 4.
Yeah.
Favorite round 4 picks. I'll start with mine. Chuba Hubbard, who I just noticed I misspelled his name in my notes.
Wow, 1B?
1B, not 2
no
Bs.
way.
There's only 1B, not 2. I put Chuba Hubbard. It's actually Chuba Hubbard with 1B.
Yeah,
Makes
it is
sense.
1B.
Yeah.
Yep.
2
Sorry.
B's in the last name.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna
correct.
ask how many B's in the last name
My-
just to see if you know.
My bad, Chuba. I spelled it Chuba if you're watching. But I had
I'm
Chuba
sure
Hubbard
he
in a
is.
couple leagues last year. Everyone was worried about Jonathan Brooks. Not affected. And I think this year he's just going to kind of do the same thing he did last year. He had 4.8 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns in 15 games. Everyone's expecting this offense to kind of take a step forward, and I think he'll benefit from that. So that's my favorite 4th round.
I agree. Look out for Bryce Young this year.
Shout out.
He's coming.
I think I was a year early on Carolina. Remember I was high on them last year?
You're a year
I think
early.
I was a year early.
He's
Yep.
what? He's what?
Yeah, they're coming. By the way, this is the preferred fantasy football podcast for all NFL players, just in case you guys were wondering.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Shout out.
Friend of the program, Chuba Hubbard.
With 1B.
I believe
Next,
this is you.
4th
Mr.
round
Powers.
favorite is
4th round favorite for me, Mr. George Kittle.
best team in football.
I'm not so sure about that, but I had to at least get me another 49er in here for Ray. And George Kittle is awesome. The guy is ageless. He's going to give you exactly what you expect every single year. If I can get that as somebody who could easily be the tight end 1 in the 4th round, and I already have, 3 players that I can count on, and he's somebody I can insert that I know exactly what he's going to do. I mean, his career, other than his rookie year, when he plays a full season, tight end 3, tight end 2, tight end 4, tight end 3, tight end 5, and last year, tight end 3. Please let me have George Kittle.
It's still too early for me for tight end, so another one I disagree with you on, weirdly. 2 of them now, but it's still too early for me for tight end.
I love Kittle. Here's my quick random nugget that most people don't know. He was actually 7th in tight ends in targets. He didn't even have 100 targets. He had 94 targets. So I do think that number does go up, though. He's a monster. He's a beast. 78 catches out of 94 targets. That's actually an incredible catch rate. He is a beast. He should get more targets this year. No Debo. Ayuk's not going to come back right away. He's clear number 1 passing option. In
and
this
the easiest strength of schedule for the 49ers. I know strength schedule, whatever. It's hard to predict from year to year, but currently projected to be the easiest schedule.
Just a zero drama, does everything the team needs all the time player.
You're right about zero drama.
I don't like how he treated Dallas, but that's a different story. My favorite, and this is kind of just going with upside in the 4th round. I love me some DK Metcalf here. He is going 4th, and I've seen some as late as 5th. I think he's one of the better receivers still talent-wise in the league. Rodgers, now, say what you want about Rodgers. He did get better last year, and people forget he was coming back from an Achilles tendon, and he's 40 years old now. So he's 1 year removed from that injury. He had a whole year to play. He looked fine. I do think Rodgers is going to be better than people think. I think people are just harsh on him because of what happened with the Jets and the drama and everything like that. But as a fantasy football quarterback, I think this relationship is going to work. DK is really the only weapon there. They traded for Jonnu Smith. They have Pat Freiermuth. But their number 2 wide receiver is Calvin Austin. DK Metcalf, I can see getting 150, 160 targets this year.
Watch your mouth about Roman Wilson, man.
Okay. So the wide receiver 5. Gotcha.
Wow. I think he's better than Calvin Austin. We'll see by end of year. But we're almost talking too long about these. Fire through. Least favorite?
I'll just go next because my least favorite is DK Metcalf.
There it is.
Yes.
Same round.
Yes.
So DK to me is another one where I think the name is just bigger than the production he's going to give you. DK was great as a young player and has kind of just not quite been the same productivity-wise. Still probably the best built dude in the NFL. Like, the guy is unbelievable. But he just doesn't seem to produce the way that he should in the last couple of years. Like, he's got full seasons. He's been the wide receiver the last 3 years, wide receiver 16, 21, and then 32 last year. He had 108 targets last year, only caught 66 passes.
Bad catch rate.
And he has not had double-digit touchdowns since 2021.
Geno Smith or Aaron Rodgers?
Currently?
Yeah.
I think they're about the same.
Okay.
And we'll see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he has a good year. But Pittsburgh is just, I don't know what Pittsburgh is.
Yeah.
They're in so much like back and forth. And but if anybody can get him the ball, I believe Aaron Rodgers can still get him the ball. I'm just not super confident in drafting him there. That's just me.
I hear you. I love the opportunities, though. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Your least favorite round 4?
So I'm jumping off the band. I used to be on the bandwagon. I'm jumping off of it. Kenneth Walker III. Dang. He's just, I can't rely on him. He's just too injury prone. And in the round 4, other running backs I can get, or even receivers, depending on which path I go, I'd much rather take them. So like a James Conner, Alvin Kamara. Those are guys at least I know can perform, have performed. Alvin Kamara, obviously the Saints offense is questionable. James Conner, both of them, though, did better than Kenneth Walker last year. I just don't know if he's going to stay healthy. And I actually really like Zach Charbonnet. I think Zach Charbonnet is a really good running back, and I can see this being a 50-50 split. Maybe even Charbonnet starts to take over a little bit as the season goes on.
I know Aaron likes that. Zach Charbonnet, former UCLA Bruin. My least favorite round 4. I know he probably had a little bit to say there, but I'm going to try to get Gabe up out of here for his draft tonight.
Gotta go.
My least favorite round 4, Breece Hall. You guys know my feelings on Breece Hall this year. I think Braylon Allen eventually takes over that backfield. I think Breece might be traded before the trade deadline. All the things. I think it's Braylon Allen's backfield to have for the latter half of the season.
I think everyone's off the Breece Hall train.
He's so young, though.
He could be so good,
my
but it's just a weird situation.
It is odd, but I still believe in him for some reason.
I do too.
Don't
I
know
think
why.
he'll be good somewhere else, but I don't want to really wait to see where he goes. And I just think Braylon Allen takes over
It's a risk,
backfield. Yeah,
for sure.
I hope my favorite round 5 person was in your bounce back candidates because I think he's going to be possibly the best bounce back candidate and that's Isaiah Pacheco.
Crazy.
I love me some Isaiah Pacheco this year.
He was in it.
I think I'd probably rather have him than Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker because I do think they're going to score. Look, I think the Chiefs realized, and I know in a blowout in the Super Bowl, I don't know how you finally realized that you should have been going deep to Xavier Worthy, who's the fastest guy in the NFL. You should probably have him running nines and post and corners and things like he was running. Rashee Rice is going to start the season.
Maybe.
I don't think he's going to get
Maybe.
well. I think he's going to start the season. I don't think they're going to suspend him before the season. He'll obviously get his suspension in the middle of the season.
So annoying, but
So that'll be.
I think he could take a deal on that and start the season suspended.
he can, but I just don't think he will. But we still have a couple weeks.
Yep.
Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. They have the offense set up they improved the offensive line a little bit. I know they got rid of Tooney, but they improved those tackles. They brought in the tackle from the Niners, the backup who played pretty well in Trent Williams' spot. I like Pacheco going forward. He's a touchdown guy.
Andy Reid still there, football guy.
And I don't think he has much. I know Kareem Hunt's still there.
Right.
Pacheco can catch out the backfield
Carson
too.
still, nothing really.
Nothing that
no
scares
real
you.
threats. Yeah.
I like Pacheco. He was a shell of himself last year. He came back. He should not have. He was hurt.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take last year when you're judging him.
Right.
Pacheco is a good player.
Mhm.
Bounce back candidate. Aaron Powers article.
Absolutely.
Well, good pick, Gabe. We agree on this guy.
Yep.
For our round 5 favorite. You want to pronounce his full name, then I'll say his proper nickname?
Yes. Teteroa McMillan.
Good job.
Very good. Or AKA T-Mac.
Yes.
Mm.
T-Mac.
T-Mac. Round 5 favorite, Carolina Panthers wide receiver. Why? You said Bryce Young's coming. You said the Panthers are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a big reason why?
Yes. And who's Bryce Young going to throw the ball to? His brand new top 10 number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to target the heck out of him. He looks really good. He was great in college. I looked up a stat the other day. I don't know how many years back it was, but every top 10 wide receiver, and I think it was in the last 5 or 6 years, has had over 100 targets. Every single one.
Peppered, huh?
They are going to throw him the ball. He does not really have competition, and I think he's going to be great this year. I really do.
I love it. I'm happy that we agree on something.
The Cowboys were going to draft him, so I know he's going to be good. My least favorite round 5 pick is RJ Harvey. There's a lot of hype around him. RB5 on the depth chart. Listen, I know that means nothing. It's preseason. Every team does this with the rookies as motivation.
When do the officials come out, the depth charts?
Once they set the 53.
Yes.
Okay.
So and that should be after this week, I
Next
believe.
week.
Next week, sometime like that. So look for that. But look, I'm just not big on the talent either. Like, I don't see it quite. I thought there was other running backs that were better in the draft, and they reached for RJ Harvey.
They traded up for him.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe he was drafted as the RB5 in this draft. Don't quote me on it. It's RB5, RB6, something like that. So they believe in him. And so I like that. I just don't see it. I don't think you bring in J.K. Dobbins if R.J. Harvey is going to be the guy. I think J.K. Dobbins will be first and second down. I think R.J. Harvey will be third down. You're just going to be really patient on R.J. Harvey. And because in the beginning of the season, I don't think he's going to have much production. But down the road, he could be. I'm just not completely sold. And again, I need to see it.
Yeah, I'm very confused on the backfield there. Very.
Do you guys want me to tell you what it's going to be?
Sure.
Okay. So Sean Payton puts every rookie the very last of the depth chart.
Yep,
Bo
yep,
Nix
yep.
was the QB3
You got to earn it.
last year before he became the starter. So RJ's RB5 for that reason. He is going to start the season in a 50-50 split with J.K. Dobbins. That is my feeling on it after watching the team. J.K. is going to start. RJ is going to get a lot of work on first and second down. I actually think it's the opposite. I think your third down back is J.K. Dobbins because of pass pro and the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, which he can do. Harvey can also do it. So as he gets more inclined in the Sean Payton offense, I think he takes over more, and then they flip-flop back and forth from early downs to pass pro, right? Screens, that kind of thing. Nobody else is really going to get touches in that backfield unless one of them gets hurt.
The other two are what? Jaleel McLaughlin and Audric Estime?
I think Audric Estime is going to get cut or traded.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be on the Broncos. Maybe practice squad but I think they may be able to trade him. He had a good showing. I think the fourth back in that backfield is between either Blake Watson or Tyler Bidet. And I think
But no threat.
I think Bidet has the lean. No, Sean Payton's going to carry at least 4 or 5 running backs. But RJ Harvey is going to play, and he's going to play a lot.
I think the thing for me, when I saw Gabe's email about his players, I'm kind of with him on that. It's just there's so much up in the air with that situation that I don't want to spend a 5th round pick on that big of a question mark for me. I'd rather not do it and then I guess watch him explode on someone else's team and be like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or
that's your period of the guys who are, if it could happen. Like that's why McMillan's in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Like this is your, okay, this guy should get time. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Right. Your least favorite?
My least favorite is Zay Flowers. And nothing against Zay. I think he's super talented. I just think that offense has so many other people, and he's not going to get 100 catches. He's not going to be in that realm. I mean, they're going to focus on all of the other pieces in that offense. Bateman took a step forward last year, I think. I think Andrews will be better. I think Likely's going to get the ball. It's really just a target share thing for me. Like Zay Flowers, I wouldn't take him in the 5th round.
Okay. My least favorite for round 5 is Patrick Mahomes. I think he's not been a top, I don't want to misquote it, so I'm going to say top 15 fantasy quarterback for the last 2 years, but it may be even top 20, but like I said, I don't want to misquote it. So he's not been a top 12 starting quarterback in fantasy the last 2 years. Why are we taking him in round 5? I get the weapons. I get it's still the Chiefs, but like it's not happened in the last 2 seasons, so it's too much of a risk at the 5th round for me.
Patrick was quarterback 11 last year.
No, don't give me that. Don't say that to me. So he wasn't in the top 12.
Yeah.
If Rashee Rice was there,
wasn't in the top 10 in the last 2 years. Then
if I knew
he was quarterback 8 the year before.
Stop that.
If I knew Rashee Rice was there the whole season, he would be another bounce back candidate for me for fantasy.
I think.
What website are you using?
This
is not official.
I am never. I'm on Fantasy Pros under PPR.
They're good. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
I am never going against Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, I disagree.
Okay.
If you like him, take him.
All right. So I know I said we were going to try to breeze through this because Gabe does have a draft. That's what we do. We're a fantasy football show. We draft all the time.
We're committed.
We pushed too long on this episode, so Gabe is going to have to leave us.
I'm sorry, guys. This will never happen again. I promise. We had to rush this. I have a draft, though. I'm so sorry, guys. But I hope you enjoyed my takes. You guys are going to finish up for me.
Yep.
Round 6.
Yep.
We got you.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Good luck in your draft.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, good luck to Gabe on his draft. I kind of lucked out that he
Drake
left.
London.
Actually, the draft Gabe's going to is an auction league.
Oh, he's not going to do
it. And we were talking off air, and he said that one of the things he's going to try to do is he's going to, because in auction you put a player up for bid, and he said he's going to put Drake London up first chance he gets, just so somebody else overbids on him.
Yep. So he saves his money and dwindles other people's pockets down. It's a smart move in auction for sure.
Said a good way to go through about that is be aggressive for the guys you want.
Yeah.
Your team will be better in auction.
Yep. That's pretty cool. Auction leagues are fun for sure.
Never done one.
I've done one. It was many years ago. I want to get back into one for sure. So it kind of lucked out for me that Gabe had to leave because we agreed on our favorite, and then I had to switch my favorite for round 6. So really my new favorite was my second favorite. So now my old favorite is going to be my first favorite because Gabe is gone, and it's going to be Calvin Ridley of the Tennessee Titans. Cameron Ward, I heard he wants to be called Cameron, but is cool with Cam.
Okay.
So Cameron Ward.
I like Cameron Ward.
Yeah, me too. It rolls off the tongue. Number 1 overall pick is going to be throwing to a proven wide receiver in this league, a gambling man himself. Ooh, sorry, Calvin.
Wow.
Yeah, woo. Sorry, probably cut that out.
I thought he was your
yikes.
I thought he was your
my
favorite.
He's still my
favorite. Why are you
favorite.
coming at the guy?
I also have been known to lay a wager or two, so we're buddies. We're buddies.
Bringing it up again.
My bad. Sorry, Calvin. I'm gambling on you to have a lot of catches this year in fantasy football, and I think his opportunity, again, the word opportunity, over and over and over again. I think Cameron Ward knows what to do, who to get it to, and it's Calvin Ridley.
I agree. I like Calvin Ridley this year. I think he has been – we know he can do it, and I think he's got – probably better quarterback play this year than he has in –
It's been a while.
Yeah, a long time. Mm-hmm. So I like Calvin Ridley a lot. I agree. he was in the running for mine. I just couldn't take him as my favorite because of the other guy that's there.
In the 6th round is kind of wild. It's
Mm-hmm.
good value. Who's your favorite? The other guy.
Oh, my 6th round favorite. There was really no other choice. It's Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously love Bo Nix, Broncos fan. Watched him do his thing last year, and he's got another year of confidence in a Sean Payton-led offense. I think he surprised everyone with his ability to run the ball, get out of trouble, get where he needs to go. Completely different second half player last year. First 6 or 7 weeks, he had looked lost.
He looked like a rookie.
He looked like a rookie.
Yeah.
But he came on strong second half of the season, led them to the playoffs. He's got new weapons. We talked about RJ Harvey already, J.K. Dobbins. Their run game has to be improved. It was awful last year. They make it easy on him. They're going to throw the ball to the running backs over and over again, and then they have Evan Ingram, who they signed as well.
Sneaky pick, that guy, Ingram.
Evan Ingram will be a great pick. Cortland Sutton's back, just got paid, new 4-year contract.
Yep.
And we've got some up-and-coming receivers in Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, and I think Marvin Mims is going to continue in his role too. So they've got people all over for him to throw the ball to. I expect a huge season from Bo Nix, and I think he's easily going to finish top 10 again and can sneak into the top 5 if he keeps running the ball.
I think it's really exciting, that offense this year, with Bo in charge of it. I think it's really, really exciting that you were able to name 5 wide receptors, 4 or 5, that one of them is the clear alpha, Cortland, right? It's good to have that. But any of those other names could pop to be the number 2. And when you have that problem at that position, that's a good thing, right? Even with the running backs, like you said, you got at least 2 of them that are going to be very solid contributors. So I think, and they both can catch it out of the backfield, the running back. So
you have to be able to catch the ball if you're going to play running back for Sean Payton.
So Bo Nix in the 6th round that's the type of guy that if you don't want to take your first 4 quarterbacks, those elite 4 or 5, however many you put in there if you include Burrow.
Yeah.
Nix is a great guy to
you
target.
have to include
sure, yeah, for sure. But Nix is a great guy to target and be happy that you're in the 6th round here. So you're looking at, you could have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, even a freaking tight end if you want, before you grab your quarterback. And this is a really good one.
I feel like Mike 4 is going to try and take him from me.
I like this pick.
Yeah.
I love me some Bo.
I got to get him early because Mike 4 is coming for him. I've seen what he's been doing.
Bo is really damn good. He's cool to see. It's cool to see.
It's just his poise as a rookie, like never got down. Just really, really good head on his shoulders. It's definitely somebody I would invest in this year.
Well, I mean, he did play 8 years in college, so you had to think that the composure.
Yeah, a little less than 8, but yes, he is an older rookie for sure. He's got his wits about him.
He's
doubt.
25 now, going into this season. Played at big college games as well, like big programs and stuff. Yep. That's how you build your composure as a young athlete, and he's just carried it into the NFL. It doesn't seem to be too big for him. He figured it out pretty quick.
Love it. Ooh.
Yummy soda.
No way. You didn't say Jinx. Jinx yummy soda.
Dang it. My least favorite for round 6. Here we are again with this position again. With a guy that we know can do it and really struggled to do it in the first half of last year, like really bad, but picked it up on the second half on a stellar offense, but still too early for me to take this position with a guy that kind of has a loaded offense around him. Mark Andrews of the Baltimore Ravens, tight end. I wait on tight end. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I would rather have Tyler Warren. I would rather have Colson Loveland. I would rather have TJ Hawkinson.
In general, or where they're being drafted?
Where they're being drafted.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather.
I was going to check on you real quick.
I'd rather get those guys where they're being drafted because I think Mark Andrews maybe scores 20 more points over the year than them.
Maybe. I mean, they could be better.
Right.
But, those guys are completely unproven. Mark Andrews has done it year after year.
Right. Let me pull up the tight end list really quick.
I don't know. I don't have so much of an issue on what round I take my tight end in. And I think a lot of –
because you like ends that are tight.
A lot of – wow. I'm not sure how to take that, but I like the tight end position.
Mike Ford is leaving the room.
Anyways, so I lost my train of thought on that comment. Yeah, that was an interesting one. But yeah, I'm not so concerned on where or what round I draft my tight end. I think if you have a guy you like, get him where you can, build around him. Most fantasy championships have a legitimate tight end contributor on them. So we do want a good tight end, Al.
Going behind Mark Andrews, Evan Ingram, David Njoku, Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft, Colson Loveland, Dalton Kincaid, Jake Ferguson, Jonnu Smith, Kyle Pitts. I don't think I want Dalton Kincaid. I don't think he's the guy that people think he is. But almost all of the – I know.
What?
Yeah. Almost all of those other names. I think Dawson Knox is still better than him. All of those.
No, you do not.
I think Kincaid's a hell of an athlete, but I don't think he's like the Kyle Pitts of Buffalo. He just can't do it.
How many years has Dalton Kincaid been in the NFL?
2, I think. He's an athletic.
And how many
freak.
full healthy seasons has he played?
That's a good question. 0?
1.
Okay.
His first year, where he did really good. He was hurt last year.
Anyways.
Kincaid is a very good player.
Okay. Maybe I take him over Mark Andrews then.
I would be okay with that. You just bashed him. I'm talking about Mark Andrews.
But I think Ingram, Njoku, Warren, Kraft, Loveland, Kincaid, Ferguson, Jonnu probably not, Kyle Pitts.
No. I would take Ingram.
How many times do I have to do it?
I would take Ingram over Andrews. I wouldn't take any of those other players over Andrews.
Whoa. You stop at Ingram?
Yep.
Tyler Warren, I think, is in for a good year, but okay.
Still a rookie in the NFL.
Respect it. Got to respect it. Got to.
Yeah.
Who's your least
My
favorite?
least favorite round 6, Aaron Jones. Man, Aaron Jones, wonderful to the fantasy community. We appreciate you, Aaron Jones. Been around for a number of years. Somehow is loved by Packers fans and Vikings fans, and I don't even know how that's possible. He must be a good guy.
Right.
But
first name, at least.
Oh, I mean, we'll have all players that are named Aaron. I don't love him in the 6th round this year. I think that backfield is going to split. I think that Jordan Mason is going to get a lot of the carries in that offense. I think they're not going to ask Aaron Jones to do a full load all by himself. Still a great pass catcher, by the way, out of the backfield. And I think he'll maintain that role. But I just don't see him getting a full allotment of carries. And I think both of those running backs are going to play quite a bit. I like the idea of getting Mason later than spending a 6th on Aaron Jones.
Okay. I don't hate it. I think Mason does eventually take over. It's similar to the Breece Hall for me, where I think the backup's going to eventually become the starter this season, and I could see that happening.
The difference for me is how good Hall has been and how young he still is.
Right, yeah. And
Aaron Jones should be getting a helper at this point in his career.
Yeah, I get you.
Breece Hall, I don't see how you don't believe in the guy. I'm talking about the Jets, by the way, not you.
Yeah, I got you. Let's give Gabe his love. We'll end with the Gabe guy.
Okay.
Least favorite round 6, and it's sticking with the theme that I've been going with all this whole time. Tight end Travis Swift for the Kansas City Chiefs, a.k.a. Travis Kelce. What are your thoughts on Kelce being his least favorite? I actually like Kelce this year, to be honest. I would take Kelce in round 6.
I mean, I can understand. You and the tight ends, man. We got to understand this. Shout out.
Bashed a tight end, and I would take him in round 6.
Well, I wouldn't take Mark Andrews in round 6.
He didn't just bash one tight end; he bashed 3 during the show. Somehow, it just does not like.
You don't
the position.
deserve a good tight end.
Yeah, you're gonna go tight endless in your teams this year.
Holy smokes!
It is a problem that I have. I do usually stream my tight ends, and they're not very good.
Just the history of Travis Kelce's career, I would be surprised if he didn't bounce back a little bit.
Right.
Like, I mean, he's very good, prideful individual, obviously in way larger of a spotlight than he has been previously in his career. And I think that's probably the knock from a lot of people is that, which really has nothing to do with him playing football.
Not at all.
Still loved by his teammates, loved by Andy Reid. I see him getting a lot of opportunities. The thing for him is when he catches the ball, can he run? You know what I mean? Can he be himself? Is he athletic enough still at his age to be able to get more out of his targets? because that was he had a lot of catches last year. He had a lot of targets. He just didn't do as much with them as we've seen him do in previous years. That was the big difference.
Cameo in Happy Gilmore 2, dating Taylor Swift, and still playing football, Travis Kelce.
And a heck of a tight end, honestly.
Heck of a tight end.
Yeah.
Heck of a tight end.
Last year, he had 133 targets, 97 receptions, but only 823 yards.
Yeah, crazy.
Is
Yak on there?
And only 3 touchdowns.
Is Yak on that stat line?
But yards per reception, 8.5.
Let's look at. I want to try to find his Yak really quick.
And that all of those, by the way, the touchdowns, other than his rookie year, the touchdowns and the yards per reception were the lowest of his career. So that really is what the targets and the catches really line up with what he does, but they were just a lot closer and really no room for him to get open beyond that. But I mean, a lot of the year they were missing weapons on that offense.
Right. So he was kind of a focal point for the defense. And
exactly right. And they've got a little bit more, on the possession receiving options than they did last year. So I think Kelce will be okay. I don't see how he doesn't finish as a top 10 tight end.
Oh, he will for sure.
I mean, he was tight end 5 last year.
Yeah, he will for sure.
So I think what Gabe's saying is like he's going to, he'll wait on tight end and draft one of those other guys rather than use a 6th-round pick.
Right.
I think if you like Kelce and you believe in him, I think a 6th-round pick is okay, but there definitely are other guys you can target for sure.
Yeah.
Tight end list is pretty deep.
Tight end list is fairly deep, but also not great.
We may be thinking differently after the year plays out.
We shall see. I hope I am.
Yep.
I hope I am. People are like changing their rules in fantasy football for tight end scoring with how bad it's been the last 2 years, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
I cannot find his Yak. I just simply cannot find it.
That's okay.
That is okay. I think that's how we'll wrap it.
Well, I'm going to say his yards per catch were the lowest, so his Yak was probably right there as well.
Yeah. Only 8.5 yards is kind of crazy for sure. First year, not double digits.
Yeah.
Wild. I think that's how we'll wrap it. Aaron, I appreciate you for joining us. I know Gabe had to leave, but
thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, a lot of fun, and I hope that you continue to write, that you didn't just write one article just to get on one pod.
We'll see. I mean, maybe if it's offered again, maybe I'll write another one.
If you didn't check it out yet, please do. We have a website now, thrownfantasyfootball.com. Go look. There's our latest articles on there, all of our latest pods, both audio and video-wise. Ways to support us as well. All that on the website, thrownfantasyfootball.com. This was Season 2, Episode 5. Our favorite and least favorite draft picks of the first 6 rounds. Hope to see you again. I know we'll see you again. Until next time, peace.
Dominate your league. Defend your crown with Hosal King, Gabe Hernandez, and Ray Fletcher. They bring the heat, rankings, trades, and game-winning calls to rule your league. This is Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast.